So the WNBA has a Angel Wilson problem, and I gotta talk about this because I kind of talked about this in 2024 a little bit, and we're seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again, where the WNBA has this weird thing where after what happened in 2023, where I don't know if Angel Wilson deserved to win MVP in 2023. I really don't. I didn't watch enough of that season. It looked like Stewie's incredible. It looked like she probably, like, with the fact her team had the best record, maybe you could have given it to her. But, like, she might have been better than Stewie. She was definitely better than AT that year. So I don't think second place. I think whoever put her fourth was crazy in MVP voting that year. That being said, that was not the right decision. But it feels like since then, you know the way voter fatigue is a thing? Where it's like, oh, they've won this amount in a row, we've got to stop giving it to them, or, you know, they have to be better than the year before to win an MVP. And I think there were stages this year where Angel Wilson, absolutely, you can argue, has been better at spells. She's been fantastic. And you say Angel Wilson does not deserve to be in an MVP race is wrong. To say that Angel Wilson does not deserve to be leading the MVP race right now is wrong. But it's a foregone. Every time Angel Wilson steps onto the floor, it's a foregone conclusion she's winning MVP. It just is. It is a foregone conclusion that she is winning MVP. To beat Angel Wilson MVP, you have to be so much better than Angel Wilson with the way the media is right now. You have to be so much better than Angel Wilson that you can justify the hate brigade you are going to get for not voting for her. Because remember when Angel Wilson didn't win Defensive Player of the Year in 2024 and the Aces spent like a week wearing Angel Wilson jerseys in protest, and they made it this whole thing that like this whole massive thing that Age is being snubbed and Age is not being respected, and that she won unanimous MVP in a year where her team was the fourth seed. Like, her team was the fourth seed and she won unanimous MVP. After being the first seed the year before, her team was the fourth seed. I've never seen it happen before. I've never seen a team drop 3 seeds and then got one of their players win a unanimous MVP. That being said, you've then got Angel Wilson 2025, where she was not top 5 in the MVP race in August. And yes, she rattled off an incredible month of August. But it didn't matter that she wasn't anywhere near the real MVP conversation up until August, because she ended the season so well. But then the year before, when Nafisa Collier ended the season averaging like 26, I think she averaged 25 points per game in the last 15 games of 2024, and beat Angel Wilson's team 3 times out of 4, it didn't matter because Angel Wilson was averaging 30 points a game for the first 10 games or so. And then this year, we're seeing it again with Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles has thoroughly outplayed Angel Wilson in every matchup. It was 2-1 to Minnesota. 2-1 is still only 2-1. Like, it's not anything crazy. But it was 2-1 to Minnesota. Not only was it 2-1 to Minnesota, in the one game that Vegas won, Olivia Miles had 29 points. And it was they should have won the game. Like, it should be 3-0. Last year, it was 3-1. It was 3-1 to Minnesota. And Fee, in 3 of the 4 games, outplayed Asia. In 2024, it was 3-1 to Minnesota. And in 3 of the 4 games, Fee outplayed Asia. We can't have a 3-time guaranteed MVP. Like, there's still 10 games left to go in this season. And the betting odds, it is more likely that Angel Wilson wins MVP than, like, I was looking through the odds. It's more likely, if you follow football, it's more likely that Angel Wilson wins MVP than it is that Arsenal, who just won the Premier League, finish in the top 5. A team favourites to win the Premier League finish in the top 5. Maybe one of the 3 best teams in Europe, Arsenal, and they finish top 5 in the domestic league. It is more likely Asia wins MVP. For me, there's no logic to Asia being ahead of Olivia Miles. She is not having her best season ever. She's not having her best season ever. Her team is the 3rd seed and are gradually getting further and further away from getting a top 2 seed. Like, right now, am I right in saying they're closer to 8th seed than they are to 1st? Yeah, they're way closer to. They're closer to the 8th seed. Yeah, they're way closer to the 8th seed than they are to the 1st seed. She's been outplayed by Olivia Miles in every matchup. Olivia Miles, if you don't know, Olivia Miles averages like 22 points per game against playoff teams. And she only averages like 18 against non-playoff teams, where Aja Wilson averages like 28 points per game against non-playoff teams and averages like 23 points per game against playoff teams. Still really good both ways. Like, you're still top 2 in the league in scoring both ways, but Olivia Miles steps up against better performances, against better teams. Aja Wilson plays worse against better teams. Like, all of these things have to add up in some way. They do. They all have to add up. And it's at the stage now where the media is so scared of what the Aces did, what Aja Wilson did in 2023. Nobody knows who the 4th place voter is, but the amount of abuse that Rebecca Lobo has got because they think it's her. They just simply think it's her. These media people are scared to vote against Aja. You have to be so far better than Aja. Like, we saw last year, the amount of hate Alana Smith got for being co-depoy with Aja. Like, she is going to win everywhere. I'm surprised she's not going to win MVP. Like, I can almost guarantee you that because she's suddenly been a 40% 3-point shooter, that she's going to get at least 1 vote for MIP. I wouldn't be surprised if she gets a vote for most improved player. After having, like, if we're being honest here, potentially her worst season of the last 3, and she's guaranteed the 3-peat for MVP. And look, I'm not saying she shouldn't be in this, but let's just say the season is a 1,500 meter race. She is 300 meters away from the chasing pack. Whereas they all should be, right now, they all should be hearing the bell into the last lap. Olivia Miles, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aja Wilson. It should be a 10-game shootout here for MVP between them. Whoever has the best last 10 games should be the MVP. But it's not the case because, again, Caitlin Clark, if she has another 10 games like she had her last 10 games, she's going to average nearly 23 and 9. She's going to average over 23 points per game and nearly 9 assists per game. And she's still not going to be an MVP, and there's a good chance the Indiana Fever catch the Vegas Aces. And if they do, she's still not going to be MVP because it was already decided in May that Aja Wilson was going to win it. She has won multiple MVPs decided in May. And yes, the Fee Collier MVP was almost decided in May, but as soon as Aja went on her run, they were like, oh yeah, okay, Fee, you got injured for a few games, but you were brilliant for the first 3 months of the season. But Aja played a real good 16 games, so we're giving it to her. And then the opposite, Fee lost. Fee lost an MVP in 2024 because, when she did the exact same thing. And in every one of these seasons, Aja Wilson's being cooked by the other main MVP candidate. And if you want to say, if you're putting Caitlin and Kelsey Mitchell into that conversation, cool. If we just go straight shootout between her and Olivia Miles, I don't see the reason why she is in any way more than a hair ahead of Olivia Miles. But yeah, that is the video. See you guys.